What's up, chums? Sharky here, and welcome back to the Shark Bites podcast.
Hello,
How you doing?
I'm alive.
It's been a weird week.
It has.
Like, let me, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, I got two job interviews this week.
Awesome.
It's been like 3 months I've been applying for jobs, and these are the first two interviews that I got.
Hmm.
It's been kind of rough, but I'm excited. One is on Wednesday, and the other one's on Friday. And
You have to
then
let me know how those go.
I will. They're kind of similar to my current job, but like it pays more and it has better benefits. So I'm hoping that it'll be what I need.
More pay's always nice.
It's like $4 more than what I currently make.
Damn, think you can toss some of that money my way?
I mean, maybe if I need a commission, yeah.
Exactly. Just commission me.
Um so not only that, and I won't get into like I'll try not to get into like the really personal stuff, but um my sister who is getting married in a month, basically, she's having some issues with her
Mm,
fiance, and I
uh,
won't get into it, but it may change the course of the wedding. I don't know.
I guess just sit back and watch the show, huh?
Yeah, I tried to give her some, encouragement and advice, and I'm hoping that things like work out however that looks.
Mm-hmm.
So so that happened, and then let's see what else. I felt like a burst of creativity lately. Like I've been redoing my room and um just feeling really artsy. I've been changing up my wardrobe and what I wear every day too.
Oh, nice.
I can't say I've been drawing a whole lot though. I did finish a commission for my friend Arwen that turned out really nice. Did I show you the final one?
Sure you did.
The final version of that? I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Um, I was proud of it though. Like it actually turned out really nice.
Well, good. Your art always looks awesome.
Mm, I don't know
Okay,
about
at least what I've seen.
always.
At least what I've seen.
Here's the final version. This is the watermarked version. That's why that's over there. I sent it on Telegram.
Oh, that does look awesome.
I tried to go for like a city kind of grungy
Yeah,
aesthetic. I like it. And he liked it too, which is even better. So,
that's always good.
yeah, as long as the client's happy.
Yeah. My week has just been a blur.
Yeah.
I've con crunch.
Oh,
That
yeah,
that's what I'm
right.
in.
That will have to be our next one, I think.
Yeah.
Our next episode.
It it's down to a lot of little stuff that just equals into what feels like a lot of big stuff.
Do you want to talk about some of the the artsy stuff that you've been doing? Like
Well,
with the cosplays and stuff.
well, it's mostly just been chopping up fabric. We got these pants that were really nice and were supposed to be mine afterwards, and she had to cut them up, and I'm like, damn it.
Were those the ones that you posted in
No,
the
the
chat?
we used the pants that I really liked
Oh,
for the pattern.
yeah.
The ones in the chat, we have to bunch up the bottom because I don't know if you could tell, but I was standing on the pant legs.
Yeah, a little bit.
and that way it gives them their poof. And
Gotcha.
then she's got to do a lot of starching to make the ruffles. And I
So
think
still a lot of
tomorrow
work.
she. Well, the biggest thing, other than making the shoes,
Hmm.
is the mask, which will be done either Tuesday or Wednesday. And their husband's helping them.
Okay.
So
Well, that'll be exciting when it's all done.
I hope I win the cosplay contest.
You might. A lot of people like that character, so
Yeah.
um where is it again? Benton?
Mhm.
That'll be
It's just
fun.
a small con.
Yeah, but I like small cons. Like ever since GFM, I've always kind of liked smaller conventions. Even SIU's convention, I like the size of that one too.
Yeah, that one's actually going to be uh next week, I think, on the 16th.
Do you know if anybody's going?
I think Reinvesper might be,
Okay. Yeah,
and I might
they've been going the last couple years.
be able to drag my friend to it. It's a matter of their work schedule.
Gotcha. I haven't gone to like any cons or events lately. I'm kind
Well,
of jealous.
you went to that hockey game.
I did, but like I mean like nerdy, either furry or you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Like a Comic Con or something nerdy. I haven't been in a while.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think like the last thing that I went to. I went to a fur meet in December. I think that was the last time I went.
I ain't been going to any of those.
It was just like a park meet.
I'm just tired of people.
That is valid. Yeah.
I don't go to any of the furballs or anything. I'm just like, nah, there's people.
The only reason I went to that was because they were doing like a gift exchange, like a handmade gifts
Hmm.
exchange, and my friend Max, he made a glass, you know, he does the glass blowing.
Yeah.
He made a glass icicle ornament and like traded with somebody, and I wanted to see like what he got in return. So I
Hmm.
went with him to that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I've mostly been hanging out with him lately. Um I think it was last weekend. It feels like so long ago now, but I think it was last weekend. He asked for my help. This is kind of art related. So he promised this company that he like makes stuff for to sell. He promised them that he would make them 145 pint glasses with their logo on it. Cause he has like a sandblaster thing, so he bought like a big pack of like blank pint glasses from China or something, and then
Hmm.
he did the sandblasting. But the prep work involved took like me, him, and his partner, and we were all like trying to get it done in time because it was due like the next day.
Oh, wow.
So I got there at 6:30 p.m. and we stayed until 4 in the morning trying to get
Wow.
yes, trying to get that done, and the sandblaster broke halfway through it, so
Oh, no.
they had to get a new hose in the middle of the job. I was like, "Oh god, no." Um I think that's the latest I've ever stayed up and like not just, I just plowed through it. Like I didn't stop to take a break or anything. So that's fun.
Sounds like you were busy.
Yeah, I was exhausted the next day. Luckily, I didn't have to work. It was a Sunday, but But still, I was very tired after that.
I bet.
I don't think he understood how much prep work and how long it would take to get 145 glasses done because we had to put these little vinyl stencils on each one and then tape up the whole glass with painter's tape. And that took, I mean, we didn't even finish. Like, we barely finished doing that. Like, it was rough.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have the patience for that.
No, he was like, next time I'm not taking on any deadline projects. I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Because it's only him and his partner. I mean, luckily I was available to help, but I'm like, without me, like, I don't think he would have been able to get this done. Because they went to TFF for like a day. So, like, it was a whole thing, like, last weekend or whenever that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like they went to TFF for a day, which is in Dallas. So they drove all the way to Dallas. And then as soon as they got back Saturday, we started doing that stuff until 4 in the morning on Sunday. It was insane.
Well, sounds like you had a busy day that day.
So tell me about your 3D printer projects you've been working on.
Because we have to bring that up every
We
episode,
have
huh?
to, yeah, since the very beginning we started doing this format, yes.
Well, at least I'm not the one bringing it up this time.
Go for it.
Oh boy. So I got a multicolored filament, and it has been an adventure learning to use it because it's not matte filament, but
Mm,
it's not silk filament. It is silk like.
interesting.
And
So is it like in between?
yes, so it has the pros and cons of both, which means it
Okay.
likes to curl up
Mm,
when it goes to print that first layer. Which means if it sticks up or leaves a freaking glob up, depending on how the print is, it might keep catching it and it'll keep stringing out or it will pull the print up. And I'm just like, why? Why are you doing this to me?
does it like waste your filament?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I was about to say like can you still
Mm,
salvage
no.
anything?
I do not have the equipment, the time, or the patience to do that at this time.
Oh no.
Uh, so that was I spent like a whole day trying to print a crystal articulated dragon. I got it eventually.
How big was it supposed to be?
Not very big.
Really? Oh gosh.
Like it can wrap around my wrist and have a little bit more hanging off.
Yeah.
It's smaller than the other dragon I printed. It looks really pretty though.
Well, that's good.
Eventually I shall print an army of dragons.
So you've been doing commissions for these now?
Mhm.
Like
I had
just
shared
random
I
stuff?
this Discord server I'm in, we people share their art and stuff, and uh so I had shared in one of the tags that wasn't art, but you could share art in it.
Mhm.
Uh the tag the tag was called Wiener Gallery. It Now it's not real ones. There's not real ones in it.
Thank God.
No, I'd be dipping out pretty quick. So I printed a thing because the thing on my tablet that I put my pen is breaking.
Mm.
So,
Like the little cloth tab thing?
uh huh,
Okay.
yep. So I found this uh 3D figure where it is basically a guy bent over So it's like the waist down, and you put the pin up his butt.
For those of you listening, I've actually seen this and it's glorious. It's something else.
And there's a reason it's in the Wiener Gallery.
And no, we're not going to show a picture on screen.
Nope. So I'm just remembering so the person who runs the server, their art is amazing. I love them. Like, I love her. There's a reason she's called Queen, and I will die if she sees this podcast somehow. Uh, so she was like, kind of want one of those. And I'm like, I can make you one. And so she messages me, and we come up with the price and stuff. And someone else asked too. So I had to ask two different people, what size penis would you like? Let that sink in.
Only in that context.
What? Never in my life did I think I would have to ask someone. But they came out great. I didn't have any problems with printing them.
That's good. I remember the shark pencil holder. I still need to pay for that.
Yep.
I just have like zero money right now.
I get it.
I still want it though, eventually.
I've got the figure on my computer, so
But
hey, once it's paid, I can get it printing.
sounds good.
I love 3D printing. It's great.
I've started acrylic painting again.
Oh, nice.
It's been a hot minute. I don't usually paint. I mean, I'm not really into traditional art that much. Um, but I picked up some 4x4 stretch canvas panels,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been doing blacklight paintings on those because I got a blacklight now, and they're cool, but like I feel like I could make them better. Like they need to be slightly better.
I feel like they look pretty awesome, the ones you shared in chat.
They look better under the blacklight, obviously, but I don't know.
I
I
mean,
want Go ahead.
I mean, as you get used to it and you learn more, they'll come out even better each time.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's been so long since I've painted that way, so like I don't really remember what I'm doing. But I think yeah, like the more I do it, cuz my hope is that I could get good enough to like start selling them.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Cuz I mean I got like 24 canvas panels, so like I
Dang.
got a bunch of them. And then I went to my parents' house this past weekend and I was talking to my mom about, buying canvases. She was like, "Oh, you don't need to buy canvases. Your sister left a bunch of them here over the summer. Like, just use those." I was like, "We have canvas here?" So I go in my sister's room and there's like two like 10 by 10 square canvases, and then there's like a whole pack of like the long ones, like
Wow.
24
Yeah.
by 6 or something crazy like that. Like
Yeah.
they're big canvases, and I was like, well, this will save me money. Like I could just take these. I didn't tell my sister though. She paints too, but she's not here right now, so yeah.
So you stole her canvases.
I did, and I didn't tell her, and she's probably gonna be mad about it when she gets back. But
No regrets.
yeah, she didn't call dibs, so
Should have left a note.
I think my mom said that like Bree was gonna do a bunch of paintings for her office because she's a licensed therapist now, so she has her own office,
Hmm.
and Bree was gonna do some paintings for her to hang up, but she ended up putting pictures on the wall instead. So Free canvas.
Well, they're yours now.
My dad was saying that they have them at the dollar store now. Did you know that?
No?
Like the dollar store has stretched canvas now.
Are we talking Dollar Tree or Dollar General?
That is a good question. He said
It's
Dollar Tree.
more like $1.25 tree.
I mean, yeah, but it's still cheap canvas. I mean,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
he,
I still love Dollar Tree.
I,
My favorite store.
when was the last time you went?
2 days ago.
Did you see anything like that there?
I actually did not walk down that aisle.
That's odd.
I I had or it was over 2 days ago. It was I want to say Wednesday last week because I got some candy to throw in with the 3D prints that I mailed off
Yeah,
because I always have to throw a goodie in. So I threw in candy and a quick little doodle that I did.
I'd be curious to go and see if they actually have those because I might just buy them from there.
Well, now I have to go check it out next time I'm there.
And we're talking like, actual like canvas over like a wood frame, like,
Hmm.
you know, for hanging.
Well, now I have to keep an eye out for that.
I know. I was like, what? That's like Bigfoot. Finding Bigfoot. Finding good quality art supplies at the dollar store.
Finding good quality art supplies without spending your whole life savings.
Without spending over $15. I don't even go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby anymore.
I've been in a Michael's once, and my husband had to drag me out.
It's too expensive.
It was for my birthday. He was buying me stuff,
You went over
and
budget.
no, he saw the look in my eye, I think, and he knew this is gonna get expensive real quick. I gotta get her out.
It's so like easy to spend $100 in there. Cause like
That's me with Hobby Lobby.
if you like I know, the coupons or whatever, but I heard Hobby Lobby stopped doing the coupon.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael started doing something, but it's still expensive. Like even if you have a coupon, it's still, you know, kind of pricey unless you're getting like I don't know, like a 2 ounce thing of paint.
Everything's expensive.
But if you're getting like big stuff, like canvas or I think a pack of 3 canvases is like $25.
Whenever I buy canvases, I just go to Walmart.
Yeah, I have bought canvas from there before, but the paint that I'm using, the blacklight paint is very thin. Like it's thinner than I was expecting.
Ooh, you could probably do some acrylic pours with it then.
Yeah, I've seen like online people do some crazy stuff with it. But for the paintings, I've had to put a layer of white underneath it because
Hmm.
without it, it's just watery. Like it doesn't you have to layer it like a lot to get it to show up.
I know a lot of times people will put a layer of gesso on their canvas first.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Should try that. I think Bree does that too.
Hmm.
Um, trying to think art wise what else I've been up to. Really just that commission I finished and I've been painting. I've tried watercolor before with my watercolor pencils, but I don't like it as much as acrylic.
That's valid.
Because if you mess it up, it's messed up. Like it's very hard to fix it. Acrylic, you can kind of just paint over your mistake and then put more paint on top of it.
Just have a mountain of paint.
Yeah, it's like real thick in this one part.
And this is where the artist had trouble drawing the other eye.
Well, it makes sense because like watercolor, like it's so thin and transparent. Like you can see pencil marks, you can see, colors through it. It's just not my medium. I'll
I've been
always
doing
prefer
a lot of
digital.
sketches lately.
Like hand sketches or
Yeah,
on your tablet.
no, just sketches in a sketchbook.
I remember those.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
I remember I had a sketchbook once.
Yeah, and I'm gonna find it and smack you with it.
I think I gave most of my sketchbooks to my sister because she does more traditional art than I do. But when I was in high school and even like middle school, I always had a sketchbook with me.
I still always have one with me.
In fact, like all the nerdy kids had sketchbooks and we all like would draw stuff. That's what we did back then. Because we didn't have cell phones. Back in my day, we didn't have all these fancy cell phones. We had sketchbooks.
Oh my god.
That was our entertainment. You know I'm
I'm,
right.
I know you're right. I'm just not okay with it.
We're old.
Ugh, don't remind me. I've been working on an art trade.
Yeah, weren't we gonna trade and then we forgot about it?
Yeah, basically.
That's usually how it goes. We'll be like,
Yeah,
oh
basically.
yeah, we should do that, and then just forget about it.
Again, yeah.
It's probably because we both have ADHD, so we're both like forgetful.
I get hooked on different things and I'm just like, I'm gonna draw a million things of this for months. And then I get tired of it and I'm just like, nope, that doesn't exist to me anymore.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so bad at picking up different arts and craft things to do.
Yeah,
My poor art room can't handle it.
I haven't really done any craft related things, but I'd like to. I wish I had more time. Like I feel like I never have any time to like work on something.
I gotta make some soap tonight. I've been putting it off.
I've been wanting some like patchouli soap. It's like
Place an order.
like smells like incense.
My
You don't
commissions are literally always open.
you don't have that though, do you?
Yeah.
What?
If pretty sure I do. If I don't, I
What?
can easily buy it.
What?
Dude, dude.
Dude. Bro, calm down. Well, I was gonna say, like, if you had it this whole time and I could have commissioned you for a bar of it, I was gonna be pissed.
I'm pretty sure I've got it. If not, I can easily get it.
Okay. I need some for my bathroom, because, like, I love that. I just love that smell so much.
I'm gonna guess seashells.
No, I kind of just want a straight up bar, like just a bar soap.
Okay, I lost my bar mold. It is
How?
in here. It's in here somewhere. I don't know where. I spent 2 days cleaning this room. I had all my molds organized, and it disappeared.
It's been lost to Craft Mountain.
We're not talking about Craft Mountain. We don't look over in that corner of the room.
Okay, well, if you ever find it, let me know, because I want a bar of patchouli soap.
Oh, I could probably just get another mold over at Hobby Lobby.
If I come over there and I find it,
I'm putting my foot up your butt.
My mom used to say that all the time.
That's about my go-to thing lately. I don't even
Oh,
remember what my friend said the other day, but I ended up chasing her around her house and I ended up kicking her in the butt. I said, I warned you.
wow.
Hmm.
That's true friendship right there.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I've got lots of weird stories. Like, just with past friends and stuff.
I know this is off topic, but that reminded me of a story. So maybe we could make that another episode talking about like weird friends stories or whatever. But
Totally.
I gotta tell you this. This will make you giggle. So the first time I went over to Ree's house,
Hmm.
I think it was maybe the first or second time. I spent the night at her house, and um,
How very brave of you. It's scary out there.
so you know how when you first meet somebody, like, and you go to their house, you try to be like real careful, like you don't accidentally break something, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I had to go to the bathroom at her
Oh, no.
house, and I clogged the toilet. And there wasn't a plunger in the bathroom. I think they had it
I hate when people do that.
same, same. But
Or
like,
when they don't keep extra toilet paper in there.
I think it was in a closet on the outside of the bathroom, but I had never been there before, so I'm like, I don't know where the plunger's at. And I don't want to like go through all the cabinets looking for it. But I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna have to tell her that I clogged her toilet. So I go back in her room, and Ree, like you can imagine her
Hmm.
reaction. I was just like, hey, so I clogged your toilet. Do you guys have a plunger? I could take care of it. And she was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. My mom will get it. I
That's
was
awkward.
I was like, oh, okay. I mean, she doesn't have to. I can plunge it.
That's so awkward.
It is. I feel so bad. Like, I felt so bad in that moment because I was just like, okay. I mean, I will plunge it.
It's like you
But
don't want to be rude and be like, "No, I will do this."
she was like, yeah, just leave it. My mom will get it later. I was like, oh gosh. Like, I had just met her mom, too. It was destiny. We were meant to be friends.
I feel like if you don't have a painfully awkward moment with a friend, then are you really best friends?
I think for me, our most awkward moment was when I farted in your floor when we were playing Cards Against
That was
Humanity.
hilarious. That was hilarious.
I laughed so hard.
You shook my floor.
Like, I was already laughing hard from the game, and then that made me laugh, like, even harder after I farted, and it just kept getting worse. But you guys were all just, like, cracking up, and Cat was out
None
of the bag.
none of us wanted to call you out, but
We all heard it. I mean, there was
mhm,
no not hearing that.
it was pretty funny.
I'm not usually like that, okay? I don't go
Um,
around clogging people's toilets and farting in their floors.
so that reminds me of a story
Oh, Lord.
of the first time me and you went to Hobby Lobby together.
Oh, yes, yes, please tell this story.
We were just walking around, and I think I farted first in one of the aisles, and then we're going to leave, and you walk over to the flowers, and you just turn and you just fart in the flowers.
I must have been high on something that day. I don't
High on
know.
friendship.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with me. Do you still have that picture?
It's on my old phone.
I was gonna say, like, I don't have it anymore on my phone. But
Remember body pudding?
where were we when that happened?
All Ulta.
Ulta, of course, Ulta. Yes, at the mall.
Yep. So, going back to art struggles,
Yes, let's get back on topic.
what would you say is one of your biggest art struggles?
You know what I'm gonna say.
Well, go for it.
I'll just list them off. So, the other eye,
The most common.
hands, the second most common is hands, I
Yep.
feel. And proportion. I know it doesn't look like I'm bad at proportion, but I notice it myself and I think I am. Cause
I hate proportions.
I think it's because like I'll zoom into a part and draw something super small and then zoom out and I'm like, wait, that's way too small. I need to make it bigger. But then when you stretch it out, it makes it all pixelated.
I hate it.
Yeah, and then I have to redraw it basically.
Poses. Poses are my biggest struggle.
See, poses used to be one of my worst struggles, but I've actually gotten better at like using like I'll use like anime bases,
Mhm.
but like make it furry and it works. Like you can't even tell that it was an anime base. I
I
just
just I hate trying to cut. It's like I have an idea and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll draw the character like this." But then when I try to visualize it, it's like, "Wait."
I
And
will
it's like you're
say
looking at a pixelated image. It's like, "How's the pose look?"
I will say when it's a very specific pose that there's not a generic base for, that is difficult. Cause then you kind of have to either like mix some bases together or like reference images or just completely pull it out of your ass, which is difficult.
Now, my friend did tell me of this website, and I've been using it where you download these packs, and you can get them for free, and it gives you reference images. So there's like people sitting, standing, clothing, lighting, all that.
You know what I'm talking about though? Like and it's when it's like really specific.
Oh yeah.
Like a certain hand pose or like the way they're like sitting or standing.
There is a reason I have the character of myself with oversized sleeves,
Yeah. I try
which
to
are
do everything possible to hide the hands. If I can hide the hands, I will do it.
I've gotten better at drawing hands recently though.
I will even hide the other eye in hair sometimes.
I'm I'm still bad about that.
I think I did that when I drew Jackie.
Well, her hair is like that, so
Is it like that for that reason?
shh.
It no, it made it easier cuz like you don't even have to worry about it.
Okay, so she was the first like anthro character I'd ever drawn.
No shame. I'm not shaming.
So I was just like
That's
trying to get
smart.
everything proportioned with the other side. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Long hair, that's the solution.
How to fix this.
And I really
Long
liked
hair.
how it looked too. It worked.
Yeah.
Good. I ain't drawn Jackie in forever.
You
Probably
really
draw her
haven't.
soon.
It's been like a couple months at least.
I think it's been a year at least.
Whoa.
I actually just took her picture, like her badge, off of my art board because I redid it. I
I'm
took
look
all my badges down.
I'm looking at my recent commission that I sent you of the fox dude.
Hmm.
You can kind of tell that I copied and pasted the leg,
Eh,
like the foot.
it doesn't look that bad to me.
And we've talked about this before. My line art always looks worse than the final product. Always. To me, anyway. To you, probably not. But to me, every time I look at the line art, I'm like, oh, that's messed up. That looks weird. But as soon as I start coloring it, it looks totally fine. I don't understand that.
That is strange.
It's like the colors hide the shitty line art.
Your line art's not as bad as you think it is.
I think it's like since I have like an iPad like pen or whatever, it changes pressure while I'm drawing the line, so it kind of looks lumpy. I don't really know how to fix that, but that's one of the things that bothers me about it. But I don't know. I just always think it looks better with color. That's all I'm saying.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm not the best at color, so you've seen my art. It's not great.
I just have a very like I would say like coloring book style. Like I
Hmm.
do hard lines, I do hard color, and I've recently started doing more soft shading instead of hard shading because I think it looks better.
I mean,
For,
hey, it's your art. Do what you want.
well, no, I'm just like explaining like
I don't know.
finding finding
I have
my
to be a smart
style.
aleck.
Finding my style was always like it's always been very coloring book style for me. I just like that a lot. How did you find your art style?
Good question. I have no answer.
Well, like, were you inspired by anyone in
Well,
particular,
a lot of it came to like what I was drawing at the time.
or like cartoon styles?
Yeah, so like uh just different cartoons as they'd come out. I'd want to draw the characters and stuff, and my style kind of developed and picked up stuff from different things. So, like the way I tend to draw eyes, usually,
Mm-hmm.
where they're just the simple little, I guess, anime eyes, just
Yeah,
where it's just some. I kind of picked that up from like Pokemon, like
yeah, I
how
kind of
Ash's
do.
original eyes were,
I've kind of started doing that too. Like, I'll do like big sparkles in the eyes and
and
highlights and stuff.
I always usually if the character's supposed to be kind of cute or something, or a more innocent look, I
Mm-hmm.
usually do like where it's not a blush, but where it's just like three little lines under each eye.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but that's just something I kind of picked up with different animes and my own thing. Uh, Shows like Steven Universe, Star versus the Forces of Evil, like those kind of developed how my style is now,
Mm-hmm.
where it's a little more soft and squishy. Uh, but a lot of stuff like that really kind of shaped it.
Well,
And
go ahead.
even now, like drawing like sun and moon, even
Mm-hmm.
that's changing my style, but for the better.
I take a lot of my inspiration from DreamWorks
Mm,
movies. Like, I really like the eye style in DreamWorks. Like, they'll just kind of do like an arch and then like the underlid, but they don't put too much detail into it. Like, it's
mhm.
simple, but it's like pleasing to the eye, I guess. when you look at it.
Yeah.
Um,
I used to try to over detail my stuff, and it's gotten a lot, in a way, simpler,
mhm.
and it's kind of nicer in that way.
Yeah, I like clean work. Like not that I don't like sketchy work. Like I've seen people do like, kind of a rough kind of sketch looking drawing and then kind of just slap color on it.
Mhm.
And like, but it's not like uniform. It's not like enclosed in hard lines. And
Yeah.
and it still looks cool. It's just for me personally, like I just don't do my work that way, or I
Yeah, it's
I
just
can't
not
pull it off
your
as
style.
well, I guess.
I mean, sometimes you can like a style but not like drawing that way.
Yeah. To me, like when I try something like that, it just looks messy and chaotic.
I used to stress myself out trying to make my art look more anime like, with
Mhm.
like the face structure and everything. And it was kind of stressing me out to a point. So then I just kind of started drawing just randomly, and I don't know, my style just kind of started to change a bit and I got more comfortable with it.
It really is like the longer you like practice different styles, you get better at it. I hate it when people are like, "Oh, I can't draw." I'm like, "Well, do you practice it?" And they're like, "No." Well, then
And
you're
that,
not gonna get better at it.
yeah, not gonna get better anytime soon, dude. Not practicing.
Like they think it's just something that you're born with and that's it. You either got it or you don't.
I mean, like, there's people who are more naturally gifted at it,
But that doesn't mean
but
anybody can't learn how to draw.
exactly. Like, if you really want to know how to draw, I mean, you'll put in the effort.
Right.
I had an art teacher, and this was outside of school. Like, these were art classes
Mhm.
I was signed up for, and, well, she was a bitch. Uh, she wanted me to draw only realism.
Only realism?
Which I didn't
Real
want to do.
realism is like the hardest style to do.
Yeah, and she wanted me to learn to draw in that way, which I understand some of the elements she wanted me to learn from it, but it was like, this isn't how I'm wanting to draw.
Oh, I forgot to mention, drawing humans is my other pitfall when it comes to drawing.
I feel like
Like,
unless you like specialize in that, that's a lot of people. Oh, you
yeah,
mean just in general?
well, I used to draw human characters, but it's just, I don't know how else to explain it except I'm never happy with how it turns out. Because I spent like the first, I don't know, like 3 years when I was like taking art classes, trying to learn how to draw humans. And I even did like a self portrait going off of like the realism thing you were talking about. And even non-realism, so like anime and stuff. And it just never looks like how I envision it in my head.
Mhm.
I've gotten a little bit better since then, like cuz I've tried to practice a little bit, but furry characters have always been the core of everything that I draw and it just comes easier for me.
Being a furry is just in your blood.
It is. Like it's just what I always drew and so I have more practice and more experience doing that and it just comes easy. I don't know how else to say it.
I mean, hey, some people just don't draw people. They draw anthropomorphic animals.
That's me.
Yeah, you are people.
I feel like I have to get on my soapbox now. We're running into an hour here. Okay, so this is the thing that I wanted to talk about when, like, you brought up commissions earlier.
Hmm.
And I've talked to you about this before, but I wanted to say this for the listeners if they make it this far. So, um, some pet peeves, some art pet peeves of mine when it comes to commissions and people that ask me to do them. Um, I just have some tips on like things you shouldn't do, I guess.
The should and shouldn'ts.
And feel free to chime in at any point if you want to add to this, but um I recently had another person, go through all of the details of wanting like they wanted some telegram stickers and
I hate
they
those.
said I wanted a 10 pack, I wanted multiple characters, I want this and that, and we, laid it all out, and then I threw the price at him, and he's like, "Oh, I don't have any money right now, but I'll let you know if I can afford those whenever." I'm like,
Then you need to be clear that you're just wanting to get an idea of the price.
this is a huge pet peeve of mine, and I understand not having money. That is me right now. I understand that. But like,
Or asking to find out like a price to save up for.
you have to, I'm talking to the people listening, you have to let the artist know whether you're just inquiring or if you're like committed, like if you're like, let's do this right now. Because, we kind of schedule our time and, prioritize things based on that. So if you say, like, oh, I don't have the money right now. Well, we were kind of counting on that commission to pay for dinner or help with a bill or whatever. Because that's the reality of, what most artists are probably spending their money on. And it's just
Because art supplies are expensive.
that too. Yeah, that is valid. So when you back out, it is worse than if you just say, "Hey, I just wanted to know how much this would cost. I don't have money right now, but, I just wanted to get an idea." That is better than like going through and spending the time laying everything all out and then acting like you're committed and not committing to it or just being like flip-floppy about it.
Yeah, because a real artist isn't going to be all upset if you're just price searching.
Mhm.
The Because we do it too sometimes when we're wanting to commission.
Some artists react differently too. Like some artists might not care. I mean, if they don't have a lot of backlog or, they generally don't have a lot of commissions, they might not care as much. But like somebody who is like really busy, like, top tier artists, I hope people aren't doing that to them because I know that they count on, you know, clients for like paying their bills and stuff, full-time artists.
Mhm.
Um which is not me. I'm not a full-time artist, but I'm just saying like it's better to just be upfront with, your situation and what you want than to like I don't know
They'll
how
be
else to
less
say it,
they'll
but
be
like
less angry if you're honest instead of being a dick.
yeah, like just be straightforward about it. And going off of that, I've also had people just kind of beat around the bush, so to speak, where like they'll just high message you and then like
I
never
hate
get to the
that.
point of why they messaged you in the first place.
I hate that so much.
Like they'll try and like just do like super casual conversation and then be like, "Oh yeah, art." And then you're like, it feels like a waste of time. Like not to be rude, but it feels like you're wasting my time
Like,
when
I don't care if someone wants to talk to me, but don't pretend to be buddy-buddy with me.
that
Just
too.
try and get a lower price. And also, if you commission me, don't ask for updates every 10 seconds.
Yeah,
I have a damn life.
don't try to like haggle prices. Luckily, I haven't had to deal with that too much, but I've heard it happening. Like people will
Like,
try and get
there's
art
ti
cheaper.
like, asking, like, "Oh, hey, would it be possible to get this maybe a few dollars cheaper?" And then if they're just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my prices are really firm," then just say, "Oh, okay, well, here's the money," or "I'm very sorry, I can't afford that right now."
Right.
There is no harm in asking as long as you're not like, "I'll pay you an exposure." Nah, get the fuck out.
Now, if you're like actually friends with them, like you and I kind of, we give
Yeah,
each other discounts, or like me and Max will discount each other's work.
well,
That's
that's
that's different.
different.
That is different. Like we know each other very well. We're very close friends. I've known them for a long time. But if you're just like some dude that I just met, it's not happening. Like,
Or even when people pretend to be your friend just so they can get art cheaper. I've had people do that to me.
or just for publicity. Like people just pretend to be friends with you like, "Oh yeah, I've talked to such and such that they're like a really good artist and yeah, we're like best friends." Like,
And it's
what?
like, I've only talked to this person
I
twice.
talked to you once and now you think we're besties. Like, what?
I've had that happen.
I have too. I've had that happen with a fursuiter that I met at a meet once, which I've talked about in a previous like actual video, my awkward furry stories video. Um, Only met the guy once, and he wanted to be like best friends and was upset that I stopped talking to him. It
I hate
was
that.
well, like you want to feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like I don't know you, so
I don't
sorry.
feel bad. I'm at the point where I'll just be rude and I'll be like, "I'm not your friend. Don't."
And then they'll just like message you like every so often, like, hey, but like you don't want to, you're just a client, you know? Like you don't want to be friends with them.
Yeah, it's like, "Listen,
I don't
I
know.
took your money, but we're not best friends. It doesn't work that
I
way."
know that sounds like super mean, but like
When
you
you've
don't
dealt with
know
it as enough,
them.
because you know my stories
Yeah, like
from the person
it's
who kept doing
different.
it to me.
It's different if like you meet them in person maybe, but like I think people should have the choice of whether or not they want to be friends with someone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But you can be civil and you can be nice about it, but just be like, you know, leave me alone. I don't know. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else going off of that, like pet peeves. I'd say that's probably like the worst one is just either ghosting, like not responding, or just backing out or not being upfront.
Or when you have something clearly posted, it's like, "Oh, hey, here's my new character." Like, you just post it on, say, like, Instagram, and someone's like, "Is that character for sale?"
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I don't know how people make money off of adopts. Like, but it is
I
genius.
don't know either, but
It
I give them credit.
I do too because I have tried to sell adopts before. Nobody wants them.
I
Like,
don't
how
have
do
the
they do
patience
it?
to make I don't have the patience to make good ones, because then when they actually look good, it's like, "No, I wanna keep this character."
But I'm like, I'm so confused because I'm like, how do people do this? Like, successfully sell adopts? Because it's basically just a base that you either made or bought, and then you just slap some color on it and sell it and make money off of it. And I'm just like, what? Now,
Genius.
it is. Some are more elaborate than others. Like, some are like, custom species or like really detailed or whatever.
Mhm. And some, like, each individual picture is, like, its own thing, like, where it's a character,
Hmm.
and it's not, like, an individual, like, base.
But some of them look like crap and they still sell. I don't understand that.
That is a whole pet peeve I could go on.
Like
I
how are you making money?
okay.
Color palettes.
Ugh. Okay, when we were at GFM, and this is gonna sound very mean, and I'm sorry to the artist, but they had where it was these chibis they were doing.
Mhm.
And I mean, the art was cute, but it wasn't like, you know, they were charging like $50 for one. And I was like, eh.
That's
Like it
a
wasn't even,
whole nother thing, like pricing, artist pricing.
and I have paid a lot for a commission before. You've seen it.
Hmm.
And I think it was worth it. But some of them, I mean, hey, if you want to pay the prices on some, go for it. To me, some of the prices I've seen for the quality of the art is not good.
Yeah, I feel like you have both sides of the spectrum. Like there are people that undercharge and should be paid more, like
Hmm.
validly, like their art is really good and they're only charging, like $5 for it. And then there's also people that their art is normal, like neutral good, and they're charging like $150 for it.
I feel like they get away with it because they somehow have a name in the community.
That's gotta be it, because, like, I don't understand how else that could work.
That's about all I could think it would be.
And yeah, like if they're like a Popufur or something, maybe.
Hmm.
Because there's no way. Like if I started charging $150, like nobody's gonna pay for that. I have
I
raised my prices like within the last year or so, but I'm not
it
charging $100 for anything
yeah.
unless it's Telegram stickers, like a 10 pack.
I hate those with a passion.
I haven't done any in a very long time.
I hate making them so much, and I will never make them again.
The only reason I like doing them is because I don't have to shade them. I can just line art, color it. That's it. But anyway, I fully accept you hating it too. That's perfectly
Ugh,
fine.
they're just a pain.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.